drinking tea is a national pastime in India. India is the world's second largest producer of tea after China. The country output 1.2 million kilograms of tea last year, and some local entrepreneurs are hoping to start producing even more on a new virtual Silk Road. That's brought me to the remote mountains of northeast India. We're on our way to Darjeeling. It's absolutely stunning here. Just beautiful, lush forests, tea gardens. Darjeeling teas, from green to oolong, are renowned as some of the finest in India. The British first introduced tea leaves here around 2 centuries ago. The industry has changed little since then. At the Gumti Tea Estate, dozens of workers head out to pick the tea just after sunrise. They climb down the lush hills and start to pluck. Sundesh Pradhan harvests for 8 hours a day. What we're looking for is the bud, the part that looks like a needle. Once picked, the leaves are dried and eventually sold. Distribution is a holdover from the British era as well. Estate manager D.K. Mishra says much of his tea is purchased by middlemen before being sold again at regional auctions. The process, he says, can leave the tea sitting in warehouses for as long as 6 months before reaching consumers.
Accordingly, we have made good second plus this year and first plus also plus. We have planned.
Kaushal Dugar is trying to change that. He's from this region.
For making white tea.
Tea is in my blood. I grew up in tea. My family has been into tea for the last 70 years.
Dugar is hoping modern technology can revitalize an old industry. To do that, he launched Teabox, a Siliguri-based e-commerce startup. His goal? To ship tea straight from the fields to consumers just days after it is plucked.
Along with the rating, which is basically the user similarity for a particular item.
At the company's Bengaluru office, programmers wrote a unique algorithm to help consumers determine their favorite, treating tea like fine wine.
We use technology to figure out how we can further innovate in terms of what kind of teas people like. At the end of the day, a consumer who's drinking his tea in New York or in London gets an amazing cup of tea.
So far, it seems to be working. The company has shipped 25 million cups of tea since launch in 2012. They have 100,000 users and have raised more than $6 million in funding. But what does it taste like? I decide to give it a try.
Sweeter.
It's sweeter, it's very earthy and very, very strong. Yeah.
At the Gumti Tea Estate, Mishra prefers selling online. His estate gets more money for their tea, and everyone, both say, is a winner.
This is post second plus tea.
I could even live here right now.
But for Dugar, it's not just about dollars and cents. He wants to completely change this industry for a drink almost as common as water.
Tea is the second most consumed beverage in the world. Almost every single individual in the world drinks his or her cup of tea, and it's one single beverage which connects the entire humanity.
And it's not just tea. For centuries, Indian commerce has driven trade around the world. From spice to medicine. And just like the past, Indian entrepreneurs continue innovating to rebuild the new Silk Roads.